What's up, Jefferson Multimedia? Let's work with the lower third graphic today. Lower third is exactly what it says. You just want to take some text and put it on the lower third of the screen. In our case, if we're putting this on cable TV, I just want the audience to know who are they watching, which two teams are playing. So I'm going to find a good huddle shot in this video, and I'm going to stick a lower third down there. The big thing to keep in mind is, remember how I said to cut out all the jumpy, jittery camera work in between shots? We'll want a shot of the huddle that the camera doesn't move, where it's steady enough that it looks decent. We can show the players, we can show the coaches, then we can put the text on screen. So I've got game one. Let's look for it and see how long it takes me to find it. Now you can see I'm just scrolling through. And remember, I'm just taking that playhead, the blue playhead, and I'm just scrolling through the game. Now I know the only huddle shot in game one is of the Lane team. It's not of the Jefferson team. But if we're putting it on cable TV, it doesn't really matter, because we have a huddle right here. But if you look at the time, I'm looking for some steady camera work. We haven't had it yet, right? I keep zooming in and zooming in and zooming in. And then it switches over to the cheerleaders. That is part of the fun of taping a live event, because with the huddles, you only have so long to zoom in, lock your camera down, totally take your hands off the camera, and then get a good shot of it. And there, it wasn't quite good enough, and I didn't like the camera shot. It wasn't very pretty. It was all kind of wonky. So let's go to the end where I know the Lane huddle is. And that's one thing to remember when you film. You'll get a lot of shots, but they won't always work the way you want, so don't be stressed. Do your best and forget the rest. All right, so it looks like we've found it. What would I want to do in any case? Remember the shot before. You want to stop when that ball hits the ground. All right, is this the play before it? Let's find out. Lane is serving. It goes over. Back row, down to the net. Spacebar, S for split. Now we're watching the stuff we want to get rid of in between the two shots. They call a timeout. We go into the huddle. Do I zoom into the scoreboard? It looks like I do. So, what do you need to look for? Right now it looks like the score is tied at 23, and the scoreboard says, what, 51 seconds or so? So this is what you should be looking for. I believe this is what we want to cut out, because I don't have a long enough shot of the scoreboard for it to work for me. Yeah, see how jumpy and jiggly that is? So I'm going to delete that part, and right after that we have the Lane team in the huddle. Now remember, this slider at the bottom will make things bigger or smaller. I'm going to make it so the thumbnail is bigger, yeah, so I can see what I'm doing. Since this is a graphic, remember we go up to the T. If it lets us, come on. Click on Add Graphic, there we go. Now, lower thirds do best when you have a colored bar underneath them. Let me see if it's here. This is the one I like. See this thing called Stylish Welcome? What if I click it and just drag it and drop it? Gonna work? Yup. Now, this is in the middle of the screen, but we can change that. I'm going to click in. Now, here's a trick I do. Watch me. Before I type in Jefferson Middle School Volleyball versus Lane, I'm going to hit space a bunch of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll show you why in a minute. Jefferson Middle School Volleyball. Did I spell that right? Looks like it, yeah. Space versus Lane. There we go. Can I move this whole thing down and to the left? Right. Now, the reason I put those spaces in front is so I could move it a little bit off the left-hand border. I always check my spelling. Jefferson Middle School Volleyball versus Lane. Okay, that looks good. Let's change the colors. Can I change the color? Because of, I like to use school colors. Because why? Because it's fun. Now, this is a lower third. It's in the lower third of the screen. And the text is big enough to be seen. That's important, too. Shape, title background, ha 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 ha. Okay, shape color. Since we want to go high contrast, right? I'm going to click on this, and guess what I'm going to change it to? Surprise, black. And then I click OK. Nice. All right, school colors, yeah? What's the shape of the shadow? Right now it's white. Guess what I'm going to change it to? Orange. Welcome to Jefferson Middle School, where every day is Halloween. What if I click OK? All right, so my shadow is in orange. The background is in black. That is really big and legible. That's what you want. Let me show you a couple tricks. You see this shadow blur control right here? Slide it. I like that look. It kind of looks like the oranges. You know the cars that have the neon lights underneath them? They kind of glow in the dark? Yeah, I'm into that. Shadow distance. What's that? Will that just make it go farther back? Yup. I like it closer. It's just me. Shadow angle. Will this make it go woo all over the place? Yeah. But since the graphic is coming in and going to the right, I like it to the right. So let's see how this looks. If I go off, oh, I want to do my transition, don't I? I keep saying I'm not that much of a Midwestern guy, and every time I open my mouth, ope comes out. Is that weird? Shh, don't tell anybody. So if I add the dissolve here, between the two shots, and how long should the dissolve be? 0.5, and it does it for me, doesn't it? Okay, let's see how this works. Oh, I did it again. I need to turn down the volume just for my sake. I'm muting it. All right, one cool thing I have found is you can bring graphics in and take them out using the same transitions that they do down here. So you see push right? Remember how I said I wanted it to come in and push it to the right? I can drag and drop it to the beginning of my graphic in the purplish line, right? And then if I wanted to push back out to the left, guess what I can do? Drag that to the end. Let's see if it works. Comes in, pretty, just like I like it, and it should go back out to the left-hand side. When this shot is done, and we go to the next, serve. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's how to add your lower third graphic and have it come in from the bottom left and then go out in that same spot so that you use those 10 spaces, how to make it really, really pretty and look awesome on your screen. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.